So, I mean, again, I think that when we're looking at Saudi players today, we're really trying to go after players that are in that kind of U21 earlier groups. And so it's names that are not yet famous today. I think we've got some really great players that have come in, Ramzi, Dosari, Aliwa, Hatam, others. So I'm really excited about the Saudi players that we've recently announced as part of our club. But we will continuously be going after younger and younger players. So the players that we'll be exporting out of Al Khulud are not players that anyone knows today. And hopefully they're people that come through our U21 team or out of even our academy at a junior level, and then one day make it to the big 4 or 5 teams in this country as well as abroad. So I think, like I said, there are these 3 phases of Saudi football, and I think Cristiano was very important for a time in opening the door, proving to foreign talent that they could come here, that it was livable. As I said, until very recently, very few people had ever visited Saudi Arabia, and a lot of the global news narratives are unfair and misrepresentative of what is really going on the ground here, and so people didn't fully understand the kingdom. He opened that door. He normalized coming here. And so during that kind of phase 2 of evolution, you had a lot of big names who were probably overpaid relative to their market value. I think if you go on transfer market today, Ronaldo is worth about 5 million euros. So they're being overpaid relative to their true value. But I think it was kind of a necessary step to get us into the mainstream and for global players to think seriously about the kingdom. I hope now with our privatization process, we're entering a new phase where we don't need to go out and overpay for older stars. We can get younger players who are in their early 20s that redirect their career from Europe or South America or elsewhere into Saudi Arabia and see this as a logical evolutionary step in their career where they're getting great coaching, great sports science, great infrastructure, nutrition, whatever it is. And that's the type of player we're targeting. We're not going after these 35-year-old end-of-career European or South American players. We're going after young 20-somethings, 21, 22, 25, who otherwise should be playing in the championship. They should be playing in La Liga. They should be playing in the top tiers of Europe. But they're coming to us because they know we're going to treat them as global best practice professionals. We're going to give them the best infrastructure, coaching, and they're actually going to accelerate their career, not decelerate it. And so our job is to develop players that we can sell for much more than we bought them for. And that's a necessity if you're running a club that's financially sustainable and not dependent on government subsidies to survive. So that's what will be imposed upon this league through our phase.